It's given me great pleasure to welcome Rob Neal, Reach Role Model and Civil Servant to the ACES Youth Project Office to speak to some of our young people who are university students and graduates about the world of work, the Reach program, and also his general achievements. I think it's actually great that we have this interview today because it's really what ACES is about, giving young people the opportunity to look at the past achievers, look at movers and shakers in today's Britain, like Rob, so that they can really aspire to aim higher, to go on to inspire the world.
Do you think it's important for young people to look to the past and to in order to move forward and like be aspirational for the future? So to look at past role models or past people that have done inspiring things but are no longer with us in order to sort of be inspired to move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it's a no-brainer. I think it was Marcus Garvey who said that a people without a knowledge of their past is like a tree without roots. And for me, that's quite a powerful statement, because for me, it's even more than a statement. It's a truism. If you really, really get to the root of that question and that statement, it is about understanding where you've come from. And ultimately, I have to tell you that this is perhaps the most frequent message I give to the young people I meet in all of the work I've been doing. It is so important that you study hard and prepare to achieve the best results you can achieve. It is just as, if not more important, that you understand what you are good at and actually go for that and go with your passion. And because when it gets really tough, and it nearly always does, the passion will keep you going. The most important thing is to work out who you are, to work out what drives you, what you believe in, what your values are, and understand yourself. Because from that understanding, from that platform, really, the world is your oyster, and you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Anything at all is within your reach.
Following on what you've just said about understanding yourself and who you are, at the moment there are many graduates are finding it hard to find a job, possibly because they didn't understand who they were whilst in university and didn't get this kind of information. What advice would you give them?
Again, a very, very powerful and very good question, Cynthia, because you're right, that's the position we're in. Had we had Reach or other types of attention, other types of initiatives and programs years ago, we perhaps wouldn't have as many, as you put it, young people who haven't understood who they are and what have you. So how do we respond today? Very good question. I think we have to be honest about the situation. We have to be honest with each other as a community that a lot of our, it happens to be young people, have got themselves in a position through poor choices, through not understanding themselves, and perhaps dismissing the offer of wise words or words from elders, what to do and how to do it, and have given in to kind of instant gratification and get rich quick or die trying, I think it is. But the whole bling culture, the whole ghetto fabulous, the whole I can have it now, I don't have to study hard, or studying hard is not for me. I think there is a need to shift that paradigm and work alongside young people, not blaming young people for the decisions they've made, not apportioning blame, not saying that it's young people's fault, because it isn't. We live in a time where the legacy of what's gone on is being played out, and we have to somehow pay attention to it and work together to say there is a better way.
What's the importance of Black history to you?
Oh gosh, the importance. It's everything, and without it, I guess I'm not sure how I would carry on. I mean, I grew up and was schooled here in the UK, in London, born to Jamaican parents who instilled in me from a very young age the importance of knowing where you're from. I've had the good fortune of being in Jamaica and having gone to Jamaica several times, so I understand the kind of flavour and the smell and the touch and the feel of where my parents are from. But if your question is to do with the importance of that history, then I think it's immeasurable as an importance. I certainly instill it in my children. I have a daughter and a son, and together with my wife, who's from another West Indian island called St. Vincent, we've again been blessed to have been there too. We instill in our children where we've come from, and indeed by knowing that, where we're going. So whether it be the well-known Marcus Garvey's, Bob Marley, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, or the lesser known and some of our famous Black Britons who have graced the UK, because we've had a black presence for over 500 years. And here we are in Black History Month. Schools are now just beginning to take on knowledge of this and the facts of the matter, that the black presence here has been invaluable and important for centuries. So bringing that into the fore of all young people's mind, not just black people, white people too, what it is that black people have contributed is vitally important, because it adds to that overall understanding. And I think schools are beginning to get a hold of that, and programs like REACH and Operation Black Pearl are helping to make sure that we continue to do that.
So who were your role models while you were growing up?
Oh, wow. My role models when I was growing up, Nina Simone, Muhammad Ali, Don Quarry, Jamaican sprinter, Bob Marley, Bernie Grant, bless his soul, former MP for Tottenham, Baroness Scotland. I worked with her and followed her career from early time. My mum, I wouldn't be here without my mum. My mum is Wonder Woman, long before Linda Carter. Don't worry about that. My mum is the rock, really, because dad's, I wouldn't even call my dad a role model, really, in terms of what we understand it to be. Love him to the bone, but dad buckled under the pressure of fatherhood and decided to leave relatively early in my life. As I say, still go visit him. He's back in Jamaica now. Myself and my brother have visited him recently. But mum is really the cornerstone of what we've become. And I live to certainly make and try and make my mum proud of me. And she continues to help to this very day in so many ways, in terms of childcare and so on. She could probably hear me from here. So thank you, Mum.
What's your biggest achievement to date?
My biggest achievement?
Yes.
Wow. I wonder if it might be better for others to say that, you know. It might be, I think it might be better to give way. If you're forcing me to answer, are you forcing me to answer?
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. My biggest achievement.
Something you're proud of.
I tell you what I am proud of,
Yeah.
and whether it's an achievement or not, I don't know. Others
Yeah.
will decide. But I can still remember when I was really going back to some of our early interview with me talking about finding yourself and knowing who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But I can still remember my journey to actually becoming a Christian and actually giving my life to Christ. I can still remember. And I can still remember really wrestling with some of that. And I think my biggest achievement is actually giving God a chance. Actually. Is actually saying, God, take over. God, if you're really there. I mean, I can't remember all the questions I asked at the time, to be honest. But I do remember some big questions about saying, it's up and over to you. Because I can't make sense of my life. I can't really understand why I'm here, what I'm doing. Was what was going on for me in my head and I guess in my heart at the time.